Okay, you're back. I just had to make sure that everything was nice and cozy and tight because when we read about Antarctica, I think I'm just going to be so cold. So, you might have learned about a special animal that lives in Antarctica when you watched the video. And today, when we read, we are going to practice looking at details in the illustrations or the photographs. Today we're going to describe details in illustrations of Antarctica. That means we're going to look really closely at the photographs so that we can learn more about Antarctica. As we read, I also want you to think, what makes Antarctica special? If you turn the globe to the bottom, you would see that Antarctica looks like this. So when we read, I want you to look closely at those photographs to learn more and think about what makes Antarctica special. Here we go. Welcome to Antarctica. Antarctica is an icy continent. It has no countries. The largest pieces of land on Earth are continents. There are 7. Antarctica is the yellow continent on this map. Point to Antarctica, please. You got it. It's right there at the bottom of the globe. Few people live in Antarctica. Most are scientists who come to study the continent. Who lives in Antarctica? Do regular families and kids and people live in Antarctica? No, listen closely again to the words and then look at the picture. Few people live in Antarctica. We learned that few means not a lot. Most are scientists who come to study the continent. Okay, let's look at the photograph. Planes bring food and supplies to Antarctica. So these are scientists. They are. And are there cities like Chicago in Antarctica? I don't know either. Let's keep reading and learn more. Visitors also come to watch seals and other amazing animals. These are crab-eater seals, and they are resting on the ice. See all those visitors watching? Wow. Adventurers ski in Antarctica. Some ski in the South Pole. It is one of the coldest places on Earth. I'm getting so cold just reading about it. Felicity Aston skied across Antarctica in 59 days. Wow, that's pretty quick. It's a lot of skiing. Amazing animals. Antarctica is famous for its penguins. Ooh, if you saw penguins in the video, raise your hand. Me too. Rockhoppers live by the rocky shore. Rockhopper penguins can hop from rock to rock. Killer whales swim in the icy water. They hunt for fish to eat. This is a killer whale, and it can swim very fast. Now, Kipsters, what kind of animals live in Antarctica? Yeah, killer whales and penguins. Great job. Let's keep learning about what makes Antarctica so special. Ice, wind, and snow. Antarctica has fierce winds that blow the snow. People must wear bright colors to see each other. What does the photo teach us about how people dress in Antarctica? How do they dress? I see a big coat. I see gloves. I see a hat. Do they dress for cold weather or do they dress for warm weather? You got it. The people in Antarctica dress for cold weather, so they wear a lot of winter clothes like I'm wearing right now. Oh, this is cool, you guys. Antarctica has tall mountains. Most are covered by ice and snow. Mountains of the Antarctic Peninsula. Ooh. Antarctica has thick sheets of ice. Giant ice chunks can break off into the ocean. These chunks are called icebergs. An iceberg in the Weddell Sea. Okay, so on every page, I've seen that Antarctica is snowy and icy and cold. That's kind of different from all the other continents we read about. Let's keep learning. Learning from Antarctica. Scientists come to Antarctica from many countries. They study the ice to learn about climate changes. Scientists measure floating sea ice. See all those big chunks of ice? So as the temperature gets a little warmer in Antarctica, the ice breaks up like this, and there are big chunks. And the scientists need to measure it and study it so they can learn more about Antarctica. Scientists study the animals and weather too. There is so much to learn from Antarctica. Countries will always work together to protect this icy continent. These are scientists studying a group of emperor penguins. Ooh, more penguins. Modern marvels. Scientists in Antarctica work at Princess Elizabeth Station. The stainless steel walls have many layers to keep heat in and keep cold winds out. Windmills on tall poles catch the wind and make electricity for the station. So you know, like the lights in your house and how all of the things in your house work when you plug them in? That's because you have electricity. In Antarctica, they use these special windmills that catch the wind, and then they use that wind to make the lights turn on and to make all the things work when they plug them in. That's pretty cool. Meet a wandering albatross. Wandering albatrosses lay their eggs on islands around Antarctica. What kind of animal is that? Yeah, that's a type of bird that lives in Antarctica called an albatross. The male and female work together to raise their young. They have the longest wingspan of any bird. They fly far looking for squid and fish to eat. When we learned about Antarctica, we learned about the iceberg, the killer whale, the penguin, and a plane that brings supplies to the continent. Oh my gosh. Antarctica is such an interesting continent. I have a couple pictures to show you of some things that make Antarctica special. This is a big ice mountain in Antarctica. You can see lots of snow and ice. What kind of animal is that? Yeah, penguins live in Antarctica in the snow and the ice. Whoa. Kipsters, the next video you're going to see on the playlist is going to teach you even more about Antarctica. So make sure you watch it so that you can learn what makes Antarctica so special. And tomorrow we are going to read a story about a special animal that lives in Antarctica. See you tomorrow.